Alrighty folks, welcome back. It's time for some more TNFC Territory on the TechNodefirmacraft. Of course, as you can see here, I am of course not at home. I am down in the bottom of a ravine where I had marked some bauxite and some magnetite on the map a while ago. Take a quick look at that. It's actually just... oh, we have a broken image file from Journey Map again. This was a problem that we thought we had fixed, but apparently it happened again. Anyway, so yeah, the image file itself gets corrupted sometimes, and you have to re-explore that to fix the image file, basically. It saves those off in PNG files. At any rate, I am down at the bottom of this ravine, and we are just to the west of spawn here, so not too far. Down here, bauxite says it's useless, but again, if you check, and actually I heard the thing that says useless is actually a bug, or something that they were able to find a way to fix around. So work around, so that they can actually say it's not useless. But at any rate, we can enrich it, we can rock crush it, we can arc furnace it, we can IE crusher it, which we have, and these all become aluminum grit. Unfortunately, the only way you can use aluminum grit is for Dragon's Breath cartridges in a workbench, which I have no idea how to do, or an arc furnace to make aluminum. So aluminum is used for immersive engineering. I don't know exactly what it's used for or how, but we can't process it till we get arc furnace. However, notice I also marked magnetite. Yeah. And remember last episode where I said, okay, we've got all these fancy new machines, we can process and make metal sheets and double ingots and all that stuff without relying on the anvils. Now we're just limited by how much material we can bring in. Well, I started up there, and you can see all the smooth shale I've been trying to reinforce the side of this ravine. And then we came down here and we reinforced more because, you know, this has these overhangs, and this is not supported. If I go digging around here, this is all going to fall down on my head. Fortunately, this side is far enough away. At any rate, I have done a little bit of work with support beams. I put smooth shale all under there, and then I thought, well, that's a pain. So I put up some support beams there, I put up some support beams there, kind of, you know, climbed the side of the ravine here and got some support beams up. Put up support beams down here. This was also part of a cave, so that caused a little more issue. And you can see there's more cave and more bauxite back in here, and none of this is supported either. Now, I haven't gone haven't gone caving in this a lot yet because caves are kind of scary. But you can see, just looking here, this is kind of scary looking. And then if we look on the journey map in cave mode, yeah, this is a big cave system. Which, by the way, we changed an option, or maybe it's one of the profiles or something. There is an option to automap only caves that have been lit, so you can only see where there's light. I think that's the default, but we changed some profile or something at one point, and now it automaps all the caves, presuming they're fully lit. But anyway, whatever. And as you can see, I have had some cave-ins. There's actually more cobblestone up here that I've covered up. There's more cobblestone that I've already broken. This is already fallen in. Yeah, I've had a few cave. Oh, and here's more right here. Now, you see how those are down low like that? That's because it's gone straight through the rich magnetite. You can barely see it in the texture, but look at Wayla. Rich magnetite. Yeah, baby. That's what we want. So here's shale. Here's magnetite. Here's shale. It's really hard to see. Really hard to see. But it is some good stuff. Anyway, when you get cave-ins, if they hit ore, they will go straight through the ore and down into the world. Yeah, and there was another one. And break the ore right out from under you. So that's not good. However, I've already got, let's see if it's in here. 1, 2, 3 vessels full. And I'm sure we still got a very large sample here. Oh yeah, there's tons of magnetite here. So Anyway, I'm going to be doing some more digging. I think I've got it fairly well supported now. The places you got to watch for are things like this. Like this support beam is supporting the one above it. So it's supporting this and this layer. But it's not supporting these up here, which I have turned to smooth. But that's the thing you've got to watch out for, is you go dig in one of these and those aren't supported, then they fall down and then they hit something else, I guess. Yeah, and then they fall on the magnetite and it breaks that and goes down 10 layers and really annoying. And actually when I was digging this last night, it was pretty late and I started digging and digging, and I started digging this layer out because I was standing up here and it didn't look like it was that high. However, remember, this layer is supported, but once I dug it out, the layer above it was not supported, and it all came crashing down. I just blame it on playing too long. Anyway, that's it. I wanted to show you that. It's tough to see now, but a bunch of the magnetite was right here in this side of the ravine, and there's actually one piece right there. You can kind of see it. This is shale. This is shale. There's one piece of magnetite there, but it looks like most of it's going to be in the ground here. And oh man, so much beautiful rich magnetite, which is iron, by the way. Yeah, it says iron there. So this will give us lots of wrought iron, lots of pig iron, lots of steel, depending on how we process it. And I'm going to go do some more digging. I just wanted to show you what I found. Yeah. And we're back. This is the second clip of the episode, right? I think. Maybe? I don't remember. Yeah, it's been a couple days. Let's grab what's left of a sandwich here because I didn't make any ahead of time. And I'm sure we'll get hungry in a minute. Recorded a little bit a while ago and didn't get back to it for a while, so I wanted to bring you guys in and show you all the new stuffs. Just updated to the 2.16 version, so we now have the leather water sack, which is amazing, although it's missing a K for some reason. Or it feels like it's missing a K. Maybe it's not missing a K. Maybe that's how you really spell it for some reason. But whatever. This is nice because it does not break like the little clay jars or ceramic jars do. And it actually holds a bit more water. So very nice update. And for, there we go. Shape crafting. You now have to go get a deer, cow, or sheep bladder. Apparently horses and pigs don't have bladders. But the rest do, and some wool yarn, and you just make these with napping, so real easy to make, and an iron or better knife. That's it. So we got that, and we also got storage drawers, which I have not messed with yet. Where is it? There we go, storage drawers, and these are pretty cool. So yeah, I've messed with these in other packs. You can get a drawer controller, and then you can put a whole bunch of framed drawers? Interesting. That's a little different than I was expecting. Ooh, upgrades. They changed things. Okay. Anyway, you can put a whole bunch of these drawers together next to each other, and the controller basically sorts it all out, and you can just mess with the controller to put things there. It's going to be awesome. But anyway, what we're working on right now is blue and red steel, because I'm looking in the quest book, and other than the shears, which didn't process when I had them for some reason, but I really don't care because it's got horrible, useless rewards. Poor magnetite, really? Anyway, don't really need that. We do need to make brass, which actually I do need to make for something else. I think it's for red steel. Yeah. So I do need to make this one, and then we'll get one of those rewards, which is cool. But we're just taking a look at how to make blue and red steel, and basically blue steel is the next level tier. Next tier of alloying, right? Because when we did black steel, you had to do bismuth, black bronze, not bismuth, black bronze plus steel plus something else, right? So that's an alloy of an alloy. Well, now blue steel is an alloy of an alloy of an alloy. So it's black steel, which we just made a little bit ago, bismuth bronze, which I had to go get bismuth because we had never dug any bismuth, sterling silver, which is silver and copper, I think, and steel. So I am working on getting all that together, but instead of actually going through the alloy crucible And this, when it says bloomery here, that's not quite right. You can't put multiple things in a bloomery. It actually means the crucible. But anyway, instead of going through black steel ingots, bismuth bronze, sterling silver, and steel ingots as it bounces back and forth, in a crucible, whoops, I am going for weak blue steel dust. And we're going to try to make this with dust instead of with in the crucible. Same difference, I think. It's the same amount and all that, but dusts are a little easier to handle, and the crucible is a little fiddly, especially if you mess up and put something in there you didn't mean to do. So if you've got a whole bunch of high value blue steel almost ready to go in there, and then you put the wrong thing in, it's all gone, just broke. Here with the dust, we can make it all happen beforehand. Alright, so for the, well, yeah, again, bismuth, sterling, steel, and high carbon black steel. High carbon black steel dust is pig iron dust plus weak black steel dust. Weak black steel dust is nickel, black bronze, and lots of steel. And that's kind of what I wanted to show you right now. So I've been working on this a little bit. Also been talking to Sim a bit, and it looks like the black steel becomes kind of a sticking point, because not only do you need black steel to make the high carbon steel in here, but then to make the actual blue steel ingot, I'm sorry, the high carbon one, you have to weld another black steel ingot to it. So you basically need 2 black steel ingots for each blue and each red, and black steel is used in other stuff as well. So I want to make lots of black steel. Anyway, here is the recipe for the black steel, and you can see I need more steel, and we're just about to try the newly upgraded blast furnace with preheaters. So the book told us about this. You can make these preheater dealy bops, and at this point in the game it's not super hard to make. So fluid pipes were just wrought iron sheets plus a hammer, no big deal. And I'm curious what else we can do with those, by the way. I've got some ideas. External heater took a bit of copper, iron, coils, which is more copper around a treated stick, so not that big a deal. And these take tin sheets with a hammer. So you're going to have actual tin, actual cassiterite for this, it looks like. Yes. So you're going to need a cassiterite mine, but you do get 4 per, so basically every ingot of cassiterite makes you 4 of these sheet metal blocks, and then you can make your preheaters. I also hooked up, because they take power, and a fairly considerable amount of power it seems. I don't know if I need this on. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, conveyor belt. I don't know if I really need. Let's go around this way. I don't actually know if I need this, because it looks like when you're not using it, they may not be taking power. I think that's true. I mean, it's at 8,000 of 8,000, so I don't think it's going to take more power. But I made this little guy, and we can basically flip the switch to turn it on and off. So let's take a quick look, actually. So we're not using them right now. The only thing taking power is these, which I also wanted to show you, powered lanterns. And these guys actually make the same amount of light as any other light, like a glowstone block or a non-powered lantern or whatever. But they also prevent spawns in a 32 by 32, well, 32 radius around them. So if you lose your spawn protection, which I do up here often, let's see if we have any right now. Yep, got a little bit coming back because I've been messing around here. But yes, when other people are on and I'm not around, we do lose the spawn protection up here. So when we lose that, I've got one here that'll help prevent spawns here. And I've got one up there that'll help prevent spawns up there. Honestly, should have some back here, but I haven't run power over that direction yet. So, hey, look, sandwich time. Okay. Alright. We are going to now make steel in our blast furnace with the preheaters and see how this goes. Because while efficient and a little bit faster than the old blast furnace, it was still pretty slow to make steel. So we're going to try it now, upgraded with dual preheaters. Oh, and before we do that, notice that this has coal coke, blocks of coal coke, and notice that it has fire, fuel, whatever, it doesn't waste it. So if you light up a block of coal coke, this doesn't continue going down like a normal furnace or whatever would. It just stops until it has something to do, and then it starts using that up. So here we go, wrought iron ingots into the blast furnace with the preheaters going for broke. Yep, they're doing it. That's not blazingly fast, but it's definitely faster than what it was. I did a 32 steel last night, and it took quite a while. I ran around and did a bunch of other stuff waiting for it. So basically the way we get to this now is we take our iron piles, whichever. Yeah, here we go. So here's rich magnetite I found, which is really... Oh, I showed you guys that. That's right. I showed you guys this. You basically put that in with a hammer and you get these piles. So rich magnetite plus hammer gives you 3... Nope, here we go. 3 piles. And then you put the piles into the crusher and you get out 2 dust per pile. Like these piles right here. Look at them all. They're beautiful. So this is basically 128 iron ingots and another, whatever, 84 there. Plus all the dust we already have in here. And yeah, basically it's getting... Go away, grass. It's getting to the point where we can kind of mass produce things and stuff now. So it's getting pretty good. Oh, wow, cool. I didn't even notice that. Let's get the light on it. There's a little little fan in there turning to help it preheat the inside of the blast furnace, I guess. I do have better foliage on right now, and it is kind of sticking through the conveyor belts. I was trying to decide if I'm going to leave it on or not. With Optifine now, I'm pretty good. Oh, I was waiting for the steel to come out here and come around, but no, that's where the slide comes out. The steel comes out the front and goes straight into the chest. And there we go. And you don't get slag from wrought iron to steel. You get it from a different thing. Anyway, I was with Optifine on now. I'm getting good frame rates even with better foliage on, so it's not bad. I'm not super sure I like it, but I'm going to leave it on for a little bit. Let me know what you guys think too. I'll probably have made a decision by the time you see this, though, because I've got a few in the backlog at this point. Kind of can't stop playing this pack. But let me know what you like, and we'll figure it out. Kind of thing. Well, let me just turn it off. So F8, and then you can turn it on and off individual things, or you can just hit that, turn it all off, and boom. It's just like so much cleaner. And well, we don't have any trees up here, but you know, trees are square like normal Minecraft instead of rounded. So I don't know. Maybe I just think Minecraft should be blocks and not rounded. I don't know. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's interesting. It adds a little more flavor, but it also is a bit of a performance hit as well as a just makes things look a little, I don't want to say off, but a little different than I would expect. Yeah, so those preheaters are doing a pretty good job on the old capacitor. Of course, that single windmill is all the power we have still. We can't keep up with that. Oh yeah, 2 things about the crusher. So one thing is, here's a lever. If you flip the lever, it disables the crusher. And that's not a bad idea, because anything you drop on this is going to go into the crusher and just disappear unless it actually is something that can be crushed. The other thing is, I put these carpenter's barrier / fences up, and I textured them with smooth slate, and it almost looks exactly like the crusher itself, so it's really cool. But anyway, it's still got a block open here so the stuff can go through, but then of course you're taller and you hit your face on it and you don't accidentally fall into there, which I think is pretty good. It's not perfectly the same texture, but it's pretty good, I think. So just to show, I'm going to crush up some of this steel. We're going to throw these in, and they're going to go up in there, and they're literally sitting in the crusher now. You can jump up in there and get them, but if I flip the switch to undisable it, it's loud. Actually, on the recording I got the sounds down pretty far, I guess, but yeah, it's a little bit loud. But anyway, we should be getting steel popping out. Yep, steel dust popping out of there, and that's how we get our steel dust. We make iron, and then we turn the iron into steel with the blast furnace, and then we get steel. Can I have one more? No, I'm too short. Oh, hey, too short, and there's two right there. And then we get it out of there. So, like I said, I'm preparing to make quite a bit of black steel. So I need 8 more nickel and 8 more black bronze. I know we've got the black bronze. I don't know if we got that much nickel. Yeah, we only got 2 nickel right now, and I think we're getting those from a byproduct of crushing something. Right, when you crush the iron ores, you're getting some nickel at a 10%. There we go. So I don't know that we actually have nickel. I may need to go and dig some of that. But yeah. Anyway, lots of updates. Oh, one other interesting thing here is these are TFC ingots, and they are in a TFC chest, which you normally can't do. Right? So if you try to take these out and then try to put them back, they won't go back in. You can't put them back into the chest this way. But you can... Hello, Enderman. You can insert them into the chest by putting them on a conveyor belt. Hey, that did not work at all. Oh wow, I wonder when that got broken. I had to move it for the preheaters. That's probably when it got broken. So can I right click? There we go. You can insert them once you have your conveyor belt going the right direction. You can insert them. So you're going, yeah, you're good, you're good. Okay, it was just that one on the corner that was messed up. So you can have them inserted into chests, but once they're out, you can't personally put them back in. So we will just put them here on the ground because they look super cool on the ground anyway. Alright, so I'm going to continue making dusts and alloys. So this is the weak black steel. This is to add to the weak black steel to make hard carbon black steel. And then this is the recipe plus the high carbon black steel to make blue steel. And then we'll also do red steel. And that's going to be a bit different recipe, of course. More high carbon black steel. Regular steel, brass, which again I don't have brass yet, and rose gold, which I think is just copper and gold. Yeah, so not a big deal there. Alright, I just want to give you guys an update on all that stuff. I'll have to see how much I recorded last time, but I feel like there's time for a little more, so I'll probably be back in a minute with a little more on this one. Oh, let's drink from our water sack. And this one, you get like little sips out of it instead of like a half a water bar full. But you notice there's still quite a bit left in there. So 400 out of 600, whatever that means. So we had 20% or something of it. So there is quite a bit in that, and the water sack doesn't break, which is really the cool part. Okay, I'm going to go hang out in the rain for a while and continue processing ores, start looking up brass and some other stuff, and I'll be back with you guys after a bit. Alright, and we're back, and yeah, we got a little bit more time in this episode, so we're going to try to make up some red and blue steel. To do that, we're going to do a bunch of crafting with a bunch of different recipes and using all 9 slots. And Sim, my man, just said, oh, I love my work table. And I thought, oh yeah, the work table. So looks like you can shift click the little question mark into here, so that sounds like a great idea. So let's make a work table real quickly. And I'm betting we have to do it on the left side. Walk on the left side. Alright, so let's just plop that there for the moment. Good little guy. He's got an inventory and he remembers his latest recipe. So let us start by making... Don't know if we have to put it in the inventory or not. But let us start by making the black steel, weak black steel dust. So many different levels of making things here. This one. Now the cool thing is, yeah, shift click. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you, Sim.
Good, isn't it?
So we're gonna make a lot of black steel dust, or weak black steel dust, I guess. There we go. Can I get another? It won't do the last one. Do I got to do something special?
Now the last one is just the shadow images. You've used all the materials below.
Okay, so if I clear it, oh, okay, so that's just the images of it. All right, so we got all the black steel now. Oh, yep, perfect. There we go. Now, although you don't really need the work table for this, we can put those in there, and we're now ready for high carbon black steel dust. Yes.
Be careful.
Yeah, if you go too
Remember,
far on the
one
red
step.
steel, you've got a problem.
I think you might with black steel as well. I'm pretty sure black, blue, and red are all the
Alright,
same.
well, let's double check it. So, to make weak red steel dust, we need 5 high carbon black steel dust, plus brass, plus rose gold, plus steel. And what Sim is saying is, so that's the recipe for this. The use for weak steel red dust is adding high carbon steel to it, but then if you do that, you can only process it in a purification chamber. So we don't want to go that far because we don't have a purification chamber. So we want to get this far, and then we need to go smelt it.
Blast furnace.
Blast furnace. Here we go. We take the weak red steel dust, blast furnace it, and then we're going to have to go back to the anvil method and weld black steel ingots to it and get high carbon red steel, and then things and things and things. But yes, there are definitely some gotchas here. So
don't make any more high carbon black steel dust than you need for red steel, because you can't smelt the black steel dust down.
Well, we're going to be making a lot of red steel here. So
here we go.
Alright, so red steel is brass and rose gold. Let's get that one. There we go. Awesome. Oh, we did not have enough high carbon black steel to really do that shift click. Oops. Alright, we're going to be making more later, I guess, because we will also want some blue steel. And just a lesson to you guys, don't shift click too quickly, because yeah. And oh, right, because we still need this stuff. Anyway, I wanted to make a lot of this anyway. The first thing you're going to have to do is make your blue and red steel anvils. So that's 14 each. And then we're going to want some extra for tools and maybe for armor and stuff. I don't know. We'll see how much we end up with. Alright, so all of the steels are in the... Oh, this is pretty good actually, because I think red steel is actually one tier higher than blue, because if you look at, let's say, a blue pickaxe and you look at the blue steel pickaxe head, it says it needs a red steel anvil, and if you look at red steel, it also says red steel anvil. So I think you actually want the red steel anvil, but we're gonna make them both just for completeness sake. Alright, so let's get 14 of each, and I can totally do that. And we should be able to blast furnace you guys and get actual, well, not actual, weak blue steel and weak red steel ingots. And then we need, oh, there's the issue. Then we need to weld it with black steel, real black steel ingots. Now, I think we still have some down here. Let's go look. So we might be good. Yep, still got 16 black steel ingots down here. Alright, so that'll be enough for one of the anvils, but not the other. So we need to make more black steel. Maybe we'll just make the red anvil for now, and then we'll have to get some more black steel going. But yeah, give me a few minutes to get this going, but I think there we are, weak blue steel ingots coming in, one at a time, very slowly, even with the preheaters. Yeah, not very slowly, but fairly slowly. Alright, so let me get this all cooked up, and we'll go get the forges warmed up, get some of these things in the forge and ready to go, and then we'll actually make some red and blue steel and try to make at least one of the anvils here. So be back again in a moment. Alright, and we're just about done here at the forge. So I got one forge running weak red steel and one forge running black steel, and we take them to the black steel anvil, weld them up, and work the high carbon red steel into Honest to gosh, real red steel. I got lucky with this recipe first time, so it's been super easy. Now, we could heat these all up and weld them together in here, but it seems like a lot more fun to take them upstairs and run them through the metal press, so let's do that. Let me get them all cooled down here so they're stackable and not some warm and some cold and whatever. Alright, there we go. 14. Time to go metal press the things. And then we're going to make the red steel anvil, and I think that's going to be about it for this episode. Definitely got to make stuff out of the red steel, of course, especially a pickaxe, and probably a... Oh, that is the right one. Double ingot. Nice. Pickaxe and probably some axes or something. Maybe some armor. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Alright, so if we throw 2 of these on here, we should get a double ingot out. Go metal press. Yeah, that looks good. Let's just double check over here. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Now, I don't know what happens if you just like throw a whole stack. Let's throw 4 and see what goes on. Oh, cool. It kind of... Huh, that's neat. You can dump the whole stack and it sort of splits them up. So I guess that's why you can't just throw stuff directly onto the metal press, because it has to kind of get to that threshold and split them up depending on what mold you have in there. Alright, there we go. 7 double red steel. Gimme. There we go. Ingots. And it's only the beginning. But here we go. Oh, and Blarg made Steve's Workshop production table, which is also awesome because you can actually have 4 different slots to do 4 different things. You can actually do, well, in vanilla at least, you can do furnaces and crafting tables and some other stuff. Long time that was called the unnamed item, unnamed table, something or other. But it finally does have a name. So let's go down and make our red steel anvil and place it upon the ground and call this an episode. So I think blue is probably next. So let's go black, we'll put blue there, and we'll put red here. That. It's getting a long ways from the forge. Oh well, whatever. We're going to do this. And honestly, we're probably not going to use these that much anyway, because a couple of more upgrades with the metal presses and things up there, and we'll be able to do all of our things here. There we go. Tier 6 red steel anvil. Now I have to look up the blue steel anvil. Stop trying to shoot me, Blarg. I heard that. Blue steel... Here it is. Oh, it doesn't tell me what tier it is from here. Bummer. Alright. I was wondering what tier it would say. Well, that's 6, and this is 5. So blue steel, I guess, is 6? I don't know. Yes, I heard your javelin. Where are you? Where? Oh, he's way up there. Let's see. Something like this. Oh, I didn't hear a scream, so I must have missed. Alright, folks, well, that's it. We got red steel made. We know how to make the blue steel. We just need more black steel ingots. And we realized not to shift click the dust recipes, because that made kind of a lot of red steel. Now, I'm sure we'll use it, but probably would have been good to have some red and some blue and some black right now. But no worries. We'll get that all taken care of down the road. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you later. See you in the next one. And bye. Also. See ya. Yep. Bonk. Bonk.